Hey, it's Dr. Brad Fanistow. I've been a board-certified internal medicine doctor working in hospitals and ICUs for 35 years. But now I'm teaching doctors and patients how to treat chronic pain, anxiety, chronic fatigue, other complicated medical problems with something completely different than pills, prescriptions, or procedures. It's called mind-body medicine. Let's get started. Today, I want to talk about the concept of patience. If you're a patient, be patient. There's a reason the word patient is the word patient. Do you ever feel like, when is this going to stop? When am I going to reach the end? How long is this going to take? That's completely natural. I'm just reminding you, you can do this. If you've noticed anything, if the ideas resonate with you, you're on the right path. And let me just emphasize why being patient is so important. By the way, if you like this message, if you like what you're hearing, hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the hype button. I don't know, YouTube's got all this crazy button stuff going on, but these things just help get the message out. Okay, back to being patient. Remember, what we're working with here is learned neural circuits of hypervigilance or overprotection. Pain, anxiety, these are alarms from my brain to the body to keep me safe, and they're good things at root. I want pain if I injure a part of my body. I want anxiety if I'm in a sketchy situation. Neither one of these is good if they're running all the time. But at their root, they're protective alarms from the brain. And they've gone a little haywire, and you've got an alarm that's stuck in the on position. Your brain has learned to be hypervigilant. If it can learn it, it can unlearn it. And part of the process is patience, because this part of your brain doesn't learn in aha moments. This part of the brain doesn't learn by reading books and watching lectures. We need your intellectual brain on board. Read some books, watch some lectures, get these ideas into your head. I like to say, if the captain of the ship doesn't get these ideas, your crew will never get them, the crew part of your brain. But just understanding them intellectually, that's step one. Now we have to train this brain, and this takes time. It takes patience. It takes experience and repetition. That's how my autonomic nervous system got the way mine is, how yours got the way yours is, a lifetime of experience. So keep giving it these new experiences. If you're on the path at all, if you think these ideas sound different, but I really like them, this describes me. If you've had a little shift in what you're doing, you're on the path, stick with it. Let me use an analogy. Imagine you adopt an abused dog from the pound, and you're the world's best owner, and you take great care of the dog, but this dog's had a lifetime of abuse. Day one, you could be the world's most loving dog owner, but every time you move suddenly, that dog is going to flinch. You know why? Because he's not stupid. He knows what happens when people around him move suddenly. Your brain's not stupid either. It's been treated one way for a long time. Whenever it has gotten alarmed and sent an alarm, the captain of the ship brain, or the dog owner, has stepped in and goes, God damn it, why are you doing that? Or, oh, come on, suck it up. Or, you know what, I'm not even going to look at you right now. I know you're alarmed, but I'm not even going to look at you. Well, that may have gotten you through the next 10 minutes, but you didn't calm your brain down. That's not the way you calm that dog down. When the dog gets dysregulated, we don't yell at it, we soothe it. Can you come towards your brain with this soothing attitude? And if that's what you're doing and you're working on it, and sometimes you're better at doing that, other times you're not so good at doing it, keep practicing. This is a practice, and you can do this. Again, if you've noticed any little shift, you're on the path. Settle into the program. You know, if I want a stronger biceps muscle, I get some dumbbells out and I do, I don't know, 3 sets of 10 or something. And I do that 2 or 3 times a week. But after the first set of 10, or after the first day, I don't go, ah, crap, that's not working. No, I relax into the process. I know what it takes to build a stronger muscle. We're just building a new neural circuit here. We're building a neural circuit that tells my brain that it's okay when the alarm bell goes off, that it's a false alarm. And we're not yelling at it. We're not denying its existence. We're just sitting with it and saying, oh, I see you're distressed. We're okay. I'm giving that abused dog a scratch behind the ear. I'm sitting, I'm giving it a hug instead of going, why are you getting so upset every time I move? That doesn't help. We want to keep coming at it with this attitude. I like to tell people that we're keeping two contradictory ideas in your head at the same time. Idea number one, I want to get rid of my pain. Duh! Who doesn't want to get rid of pain or anxiety? Idea number two, contradictory to that. Not today. That's not today's goal. Today's goal is, am I relaxing into the program? did I give my brain some messages of safety today? Knowing that it will learn as I repeatedly give it these correct messages. If you did that, you had a successful day. So I want you to remember that success is not less pain or less anxiety. Success is, did I deliver some messages of safety to my brain today? Whether that was an active mini meditation, whether it was a 5-minute meditation in the morning, whether it was turning towards my bodily sensations with mindful awareness and kindness and allowing them to occur. Whatever your strategies are, maybe it's doing some writing where you're facing some of the problems, you're naming them. Maybe you're doing some guided imagery exercises, moving towards emotions or towards physical sensations that are uncomfortable in a safe way. There's all sorts of different tools that we use here. But if you're using some tools that seem to help you or that resonate with you or that you think are going to help, relax into the program. Don't go checking every day. Am I okay? Am I better? Did I have less pain today? That's not success. Success is, did I give my brain some messages of safety? Am I relaxing into the program? And if you did, and if you are, you pat yourself on the back. Day 13, I'm doing the right thing here. So I know you can do it. I've seen person after person get better using these tools. And some people, it happens quickly. Some people, it takes a long time. There are certain problems that take, in general, a lot longer than other problems, I would say. But there's just no straight line here. If the ideas resonate with you, and if you've noticed a little bit of movement, well, things are a little better. Or if you're focusing on your anxiety instead of your pain, that's a step in the right direction. Now you're not giving your brain the message that your back is bad or your stomach is bad. You're looking at the nervous system now. That's a step in the right direction. There are a lot of steps in the right direction. And if you've noticed any, pat yourself on the back. Give yourself some credit. You're doing okay. You can do this. Be patient. Relax into the program. See what happens. All right, if you're still watching, I'd love it if you hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. It helps me get the word out as this gets more popular because there's a ton of people out there who need to hear this information. So thank you for watching and being with me today. And I'm Dr. Brad Van Istel at Boulder Mind Body Medicine. See you next time.